Someone might be in there.
Honestly, we can probably just chill here.
Yeah, let's go right in my bed. Okay, so explain it.
So let's say the goal next week is to take out Whitney. Just check. Okay, let's say the goal next week is to take out Whitney. I think the queens could be convinced of that, to take a shot at Whitney. Yeah, I think they could be convinced to take a shot at Whitney. But the question is, who will they put up next to Whitney? They will not put up Hannah. I know that. Because Tiff and Hannah are way too close. Claire and Hannah, way too close.
I don't think they're as close as you think. Tiff and Hannah.
Really? All gotta have a talk when we talk with X's team meeting.
This thing we're assuming is they've never lied to us. So we definitely need to just ask them.
Yeah.
But I must be missing something because I don't see them hanging out often.
I feel like they would put Big D up as a bond.
They could.
I can see that. That would be fine.
I cannot put up Big D.
But I will say, at the end of the day, no one wants to win. Honestly, no one wants to win HOH next week. Like, I talked to the queens, or I talked to Kylan, and Kylan definitely doesn't want it. And I'm pretty sure the other two people don't want it either.
Kylan kind of was trying to convince, not me, but the Kings to win next week. Because he said that, not that people are necessarily targeting us, but he said people are pointing out the obvious fact that there's more of us and everyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe we find out who those people are from them.
What's the Jokers?
It has to be the
Jokers.
Jokers. I don't know. If you really don't think Whit would do it, I mean, at the same time, we did not put up Hannah and Whit to get out Brent. They kind of owe us one. They wanted Brent out, and we did that for Whit and Hannah. And so if Whit wins, it's kind of like she would not put us up because we helped your team out, and we did not put up
I would
Whit
go
next
up
year.
if I really feel like I would go up.
Okay, then we don't do that. Then it's either
I would have to vote.
Then it's either
I don't
Tiff,
want to go up.
it's either Tiff, Claire, or me. But you guys have to fucking have my back next week.
Or what
Thank
about
you,
Hannah?
Hannah. Oh, you're talking about
I
Hannah.
don't. He doesn't. What about Hannah?
Hannah would not put you on.
I don't think she would either.
But Hannah doesn't want to win it.
But she hasn't done anything.
She doesn't want to win it. We talked this morning. She doesn't want to win it.
Does she want to do anything in this game? Like,
You have to think about before jury. You don't want to make the big moves.
But she's not. She's
not making a big move.
She's taking us on the
Taking out with nobody winning.
I don't know. She was saying, I think we all need to have.
Wait, she couldn't win. Winnie's on her team.
I'm on her team.
Right, you can't
Yeah,
nominate.
but she would be going after the Jokers, and then we can get Wit out the week after. I think once we have our team meetings, because X is going to have your team together, and we can do the radical thing and act like it's still a thing and see what their mind's at.
If someone, okay, let's say you win HOH, and you put up Whitney, would you put up Hannah next time?
I don't think that would be smart.
I don't think would
I would probably put up Ozza.
Awesome.
I do not talk game with Ozza, and I do not want to put Brittany up, and I feel good about Big D. I would have to put up Ozza as a bond.
Okay, well, and I think,
And I don't want her in jury. I don't want Ozza in jury.
yeah,
Next Winnie would either have to be
Hannah or Ozza.
awesome.
It's Ozza. I'm good with Hannah, and I think if you did the whole storyline of Whitney's the target because of Brent.
D though.
What?
You don't think D though.
I don't want to do Big D. He would blow us up.
He's gonna blow anybody up when he goes on the book.
But I talk more game with Big D. I have never had a game talk with Ozza.
Okay.
My personal game. Ozza has never, ever talked to me game. And D has. So why would I put up D?
Right.
I think that would be something if Hannah won, she would probably do D and Ozza or D and Brittany.
yeah.
And then if Whitney wins, she wouldn't put up Brittany. She would put up Ozza and Big D. So didn't know that with our whole team X made that deal, which I'm fine with, but I didn't fucking know that.
I'm okay with it.
But why are you making those deals for us?
I'm okay with what he said. I'm not okay with him speaking for her.
Yeah, but either way, I wasn't gonna put her up. I'll put up Big if Alyssa or Whitney win it. I would rather put up Big D than Brittany anyways.
I just think that we can run a trillion scenarios in our head right now.
And it's really just whatever happens, happens.
It's fucking pointless until we know when. So, yeah, it's good to get on the same page so we're not doing this conversation later. We have an idea, but there's no point in
I think as soon as X does his team meetings, we'll have a better idea of who wants it. But I think when we have the team meeting with the aces, but Brent is in that box.
That's the...
Then, okay, then when we have the conversation, because Brent thinks he's staying, we can say, does any of you guys want HOH next week? Because we're in the same boat that we're going to be the last 4 teams. Because Brent thinks he's staying. So when we talk, we can see if Whitney wants it.
I don't know, she'll tell the truth in that with Brent. In that meeting, no one's going to be telling the truth.
Okay, so maybe when I'll find you, Hannah, and Whit alone, and I'll come up because Brent won't think it's weird that I'm talking with you guys.
I don't think I should be there.
I'll just talk.
Maybe not even you. Because they know we're close. I don't know. Whitney might not.
Yeah, true.
Still.
That's true. Hey. Hey, when are you going to do your team meetings? I think we need to because we're going through so many scenarios of who should win it next week that we don't fucking know because nobody wants it. We're thinking the best options are Hannah or myself.
To win?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't want to. And Hannah doesn't want to. And he's saying the queens don't want to. So I was waiting to see when you want to do team meetings because then maybe we can talk with the queens and see if they want to. If one of them has an option. And then if Brent isn't in there, then he can talk to Whitney and Hannah and see if they would want to.
The thing is, so this is the way I'm thinking about it, I want to keep as much blood away from the royal flush as a whole as possible. So honestly, best case scenario, none of us win it. And Hannah or Whitney, who feel very close to us, but aren't actually with us, can take it, and then they can take the shot on the jokers.
I really think you should trust Whitney because I don't think Hannah's gonna want it, and I think we could convince Whitney to want it and say that people are saying.
Whitney said day one.
Okay, but she's aligned with us. I don't think she would do it. She sounds stupid. Here's the thing. This can be her big game move if we convince her that the jokers are listen.
First day and multiple other times if she's HOH, she's making big moves.
Right, but okay, but here's the thing. It's not a pussy move. If we tell her that the jokers are saying that her and Brent are like this, and their next target would be her. So in her head, she's going after the team that's against her, which is a big move for her
it's
game.
smarter to have to defend yourself than it is to attack.
Exactly. So when he does the narrative to Whitney of, I really think you need to win it because everyone was saying that it was you and Brent, and the one team we aren't close with, I'm the one saying it. Do you think Whitney would put him up?
I don't think so. If you think of reason, give me a reason.
You just gotta talk with her. You have to be the one to figure it out.
I think, the people I'm thinking about who are probably best set up to take HOH, I think you, maybe SB, but like you before SB.
Why?
SB already has one win. And the Kings in total have
Okay. So me out of our team, and then Whitney or Hannah out of your team.
And then we should talk to or you guys can talk to the queens and figure out where their head's at. They might actually be down to take it, but I don't know why they would want to get blood on their hands when they don't need
anyone
it.
who would be Claire. She'd be the only one.
I don't think Claire wants it.
I know, but she hasn't done anything. Same thing with Hannah. It's time for someone to fucking step up.
But that's the same thing as me. I haven't done anything.
Right, but you're willing to step up.
Oh, right.
Like Claire hasn't done
Willingness to be able to take the shot.
I know, it's just scary. Because
Like I fucking want to take the shot, but I don't want to die.
long-term game is going to be fucked.
Right. Take a shot.
The first 3 weeks, there's always been a target. The next week, no one really knows.
Wait, you want to take the shot? If you want to, then
I would love to, but I don't want another win back to back either. Just like you, right? I'm saying in that case.
Then you just have to win it.
I mean, like, having a comp win isn't a bad thing. Like, at this point, there's no undoing what people already think about us. Like, me not winning doesn't make people think that, like, I can't win comps anymore.
True.
It's just like, I'm just not escalating it even more. I'm just staying, we're just plateauing.
Sometimes winning is necessary just to ensure safety.
Yeah.
Do they need to ensure safety though?
No.
Really? I don't think you're in a position where you have to.
Because at the end of the day, you still have votes.
Yeah.
We just don't want you to get nommed.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you'll never go home. But it's like not worth the headache of getting nommed.
I think once we have the team meetings and we talk, but the thing is we can't even really talk with his team because fucking Brent's gonna be in there.
If you were to ask Whitney,
You weren't planning on doing like individual meetings, right?
no.
Okay, yeah. We're just gonna leave it at the team meetings and then go from there.
If you were to ask Whitney point blank who the biggest threat in this house is after Brent's gone, who would she likely say? That's I think if you ask her that question and get that answer and it's
Then let's not worry about this until you talk with her.
Yeah, let me talk to her. Because
point blank.
it's not only who's the biggest threat, but like, I think Whitney is smart enough to think logically of, even if you take out the biggest threat, you have two
Yeah,
people to target.
what is your game? Like, what is your game plan after? What does her game look like
Exactly.
afterwards?
She says anyone in the
If she wants.
she has to realize that now there's 3 people.
Exactly. And
It's competitive.
Okay, well then here's the thing.
I just want to know.
He gets the answer. If it's one of us, then we win. And that's my reason to put her up.
Okay.
If he gets the answer of the Jokers, then we're more convincing of her winning it. But let's just worry about it once we talk. But have that discussion.
What time do you think we want to start team meeting?
It's totally up to you. Can we lay out for,
Yeah,
for
we
a
can
little
go
bit?
hang out. I think
Maybe
that
like
honestly,
an hour or two?
because there's nothing going on today, right?
No.
Then we might just save that for like later today.
like late,
Okay.
yeah,
Probably after dinner.
I'm down.
Okay.
All right.